How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So, as I'm buying comics and different things, I also have kind of in the back of my mind what ones I'm staying away from because I just see it as it's not going to work out for me because I feel like they're going down, and if I try to buy them like right here, by the time I get them graded and all that kind of stuff, it's going to be down even more. So I look at this as kind of like a losing battle, so to speak. And so here are 5 books that I'm currently not seeking out and not really buying. Now, of course, if a good deal rises, say someone wants to sell this book for really cheap, and I still think I can make money on it, then yes, I will buy it. But I'm talking about books buying them at, market or even slightly below market. Unless it's a really good deal, I'm staying away from. All right, so let's jump into number 1. You kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, first up is we got Amazing Spider-Man 361. That was the first appearance of Carnage. Now you're probably thinking, well, the movie hasn't even come out yet. But if you look at these numbers here, a 9.8, and then I also have a graph down below you can see of the 9.8, sold for $16.20 in March. And now it is currently averaging a price around $1,000. That's negative 38%. A 9.4 at one point sold for $510 in March, and now it is averaging about $292, minus 43%. And a 9.0 back in April was a record of $446, and now it's $258. And these are average prices, 42%. And if you look at the graph down below, you can see how it kind of goes up, peaks, and it's been dropping, right? Now, I think when the movie comes out, it'll have a little bit of a bump, but I'm not going to take a chance on that. By the time I got it in and then get it graded and all that kind of stuff, it'll probably have dropped another 10, 20% by then. So it's not really worth buying. Now, if you love Carnage, right, and you want a Carnage, buy the book, right? Or if you can wait until this whole spike has gone down drop has gone down, and then buy it near the bottom, and then it'll slowly go back up over time. So right now, I feel like it's still going to drop, so I'm avoiding this book. All right, next we got up Avengers 196. This is the first appearance of Taskmaster. Now, if you all seen the movie, you know what kind of happened to him. So I'm not going to give any spoilers, but that's the power of movies. When you have a movie and it doesn't do the character justice, and or it is not a fan favorite coming out of film, or people in the comments, look at any review, hate how Taskmaster was done, bad taste in people's mouths, no one will want the book anymore, the hype loses. Now, if he was a standout character, and they're like, oh my gosh, he's so great, he should get his own movie, then that book would probably go up. But it is not going to. A 9.8 sold back in April for $3,000. Now it is around $1,685, minus 43%. A 9.4 sold for $727 in March. It is now selling for $435, minus 40%. A 9.0 sold for $390 in May. It is now $275, minus 29%. If you look at the graph, it kind of goes up and then jumps around and goes back down. All right, moving on. Number 3. Now, this one is going to be an interesting one. So, Avengers 48 and 47, first appearance of Black Knight. Well, the Black Knight that's going to be in the Eternals movie. An 8.0 now broke a record of $2,000. And a 6.0, and I have to do a lower grade because it's these older books, it's hard to get like 9.8s and 9.6s and 9.4s. So I'm doing like a more lower grade because they're more common. A 6.0 sold for $800 in March. Now it's selling for $697, minus 13%. And a 5.0 sold for $550, and that's the record. So you might thinking like, well, it looks like it's going up. And if you look at the graph, yeah, it goes up and it's a little bit down, stuff like that. But in some of the books and some of the levels, like I checked out all the different prices, there's kind of like a lot of them are going up, but there's a couple, like in this graph, that's kind of slightly going down. Now, here's my fear. I don't think, I could be completely wrong. This is more speculation, but I'm personally not buying these. So I do, I practice what I preach. I feel like Eternals won't be that good of a film, and I don't think the Black Knight is going to be a standout character in it. And just like Taskmaster, that will drop the price. So right now, because the movie's still being hyped up and still not even close to being released yet, but I think that if I bought one of these books and I sent it into CGC, Was that going to take 5 to 6, 7 months turnarounds? I think it was like 100 and something days. Just ridiculous price or a timeline. I think it will end up, dropping by then. And I think if I bought it now, I'm kind of going to buy it at the peak or close to it. Like if I bought one, say within the next couple weeks, I think it might go up another 10, maybe 20%. But by the time I got it back and all that kind of stuff, I think it will, back from CGC, I think it will drop by 30, 40%. So it makes no difference. That's why I'm avoiding this one. All right. Next, we got Captain America 6. And this is the first appearance of Winter Soldier. A 9/8 back in March sold for $850. Now it's selling about $501, minus 41%. A 9/6 in March sold for $475, which was his peak. Now it's selling for $242, minus 49%. And 9/4 at its peak was in April. It sold for about $270. Now it's selling $129, minus 52%. And since Falcon, spoiler alert, took over the mantle and is going to be in Captain America 4, I don't know how much room is going to be left for Bucky, or Winter Soldier, I should say. And Sebastian Stan, the actor, he's already been in a million different Marvel movies. He might be done. Or maybe they're done with that character. So I just don't see the Winter Soldier. Maybe he appears in a few more, Sebastian Stan, a few more, like bit parts and stuff. But I just think he's kind of done in the MCU. And I think, he had his hype right around when his TV show was out. And I think, like I said, if you get a good deal, get a good deal. Can't pass up a good deal. But if you want to wait until this drop fully finishes out, maybe another 10, 20, 30%, then pick up your copy then. All right, last one on my list, number 5, is RAPHAEL number 1. Now, if you watch all my buy, hold, sell, and all that kind of stuff, RAPHAEL has appeared on it quite a bit. Again, I am not buying these books. If you looked at my past haul videos, you'd always see I get a ton of RAPHAELs. Not so much anymore. I have a ton that are just sitting, and I keep dropping the price, and they just keep sitting and sitting and sitting. They are not moving. So I'm not buying any more because I already have a ton, right? I don't need any more, and they just will continue to sit. All right, a 9/4 in November sold for $1,975. Now it's a little under $1,100, minus 45%. A 9/0 back in November sold for about $1,225. Now it's sitting at about $661, minus 46%. And 8/0 back in January sold for about $800. Now it's sitting about $577, minus 28%. If you look at that graph down there, just roller coaster straight up, down. So if you look though towards the end of it, it was like a straight up, straight down, and now it's slow. It's still going down, but a less angle. So I feel like it's just gonna go, went up, and it's going down, but I feel like it might still go down, but eventually level off. So we might have another 10, 20% drop before it starts leveling off again. And then if you want RAPHAEL, you should buy it a little later. All right, that's pretty much it. I hope you like this kind of stuff. Let me know in the comments. Maybe give me some other suggestions of books that have like completely dropped off, and I can make another video on it, doing different graphs and doing an analysis of it. That'd be great. These are just 5 that I'm personally not buying and avoiding. And if you like this stuff, please think about subscribing. As always, link to my website down below, collectorscomics.com, and have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks.